Good morning. We're in Psalm 142 today. Oftentimes you'll see in these Psalms that there are titles at the beginning of them. This one says, A Maskil of David when he was in a cave, a prayer. We don't know much about these titles. We don't know when they were assigned, how they were assigned. This could be a reference to the time when Saul was chasing David and he hid in a cave. It's an interesting story that you may want to look up. If it is that story that's being referenced here, one can understand David was on the run. He was being chased. He only had some soldiers with him. Saul had tried to get the army, the country to turn against him. He felt so threatened by him. David had nowhere to turn. He was basically a renegade. Listen now to that with this context in mind. I cry aloud to the Lord. I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out before him my complaint. Before him I tell him my trouble. When my spirit grows faint within me, it's you who watch over my way. In the path where I walk, people have hidden a snare for me. Look and see, there is no one at my right hand. No one is concerned for me. I have no refuge. No one cares for my life. I cry to you, Lord. I say, Lord, you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. Listen to my cry, for I am in desperate need. Rescue me from those who pursue me, for they are too strong for me. Set me free from my prison, that I may praise your name. Then the righteous will gather about me because of your goodness to me. I think this psalm, for me, again, with that context in mind, I guess what comes to mind is the resiliency, even when he feels abandoned by all else and all other people, to turn to the Lord. He literally feels all alone in this world. Nobody has his back. Nobody cares for him. Nobody's looking out for his interests. Nobody's protecting him. Nobody's basically said, I stand beside you. And so in this place, he is utterly alone. He's bereft. And yet, notice the pivot. The pivot is towards God. Now, my conclusion here is that he is convinced, because of his past history, that God, when everyone else abandons him, will not abandon him. He will stand with him. He will be a refuge, a strong tower. He will make a way. I love that insistence that God, even when all else abandoned me, I still have you. I've been in those places of despondency before. I want to be the kind of person in those moments who turn to God. So you may be in a place where you're feeling all alone. No one knows. No one cares. No one's checking in. This is the place where you dig down and you find in your past those many times that God has stood with you. And you go to him and you cry out for mercy. And you cry out for relief. And you cry out for help, because you know his character. Hope that's an encouragement to some of you today. Grace and peace.